All right, everybody. I wanted to make this video today because apparently Canada has suspended their elections. Now, people are saying this is a non binding resolution and you can't just obviously change constitutional law with resolutions. But there was a bill called C-19, which basically was to alter Canada's election laws to be more in line with what's going on with the pandemic. So the pandemic would be able to influence, how the elections are held or future pandemics, etc. Now, what they're saying is they passed a resolution which would suspend federal elections during a pandemic. I'm going to let this gentleman speak, and there's a few other things I want to cover as well. But I just wanted to play this video for you so you can go ahead and check it out. Also, if you click this link right here, this brings you to the actual video where they did vote off the Canadian government. I'll put this link in the description as well. And you can watch the whole video if you want. But apparently it's like 10 hours long, so I'm not going to watch all that. But you go right ahead. So check this out, guys.
Well, it's May 28th, 2021. The first official day that Canada has lost its democracy. For those unaware, and it seems to be a lot of people, last night our parliament voted to suspend all elections during a pandemic. All elections, all federal elections during a pandemic. So what that means now is all this year, people like me have complained, protested, done whatever, been blocked from everything, whatever it may be. And we were told by everyone, go take it to the polls, take it to the polls, take it to the polls. If you don't like it, vote them out. If you don't like it, vote them out. If you don't like it, vote them out. Well, guess what? Now you have stripped away that opportunity. We can't vote you out. The end of a pandemic. So when does this pandemic end? Well, it seems like everyone at Health Canada seems to be talking about this concept of COVID-0, which is just never going to happen, which means we will forever be in a state of pandemic here in Canada, which means there will never be an election again. A year ago, almost to the day, I created a folder on my computer desktop and I titled it Supreme Leader. And I've just been keeping clips and articles and videos and whatnot in there over the year of all the stupid stuff that Justin Trudeau and everyone has done. This will definitely be in that folder. But that was the goal, Supreme Leader. He wants to get rid of elections, to become the Supreme Leader of Canada, to follow through with his communist dictatorship, which he happens to admire. So that's what we have to look forward to this year, Canada. Hope you got lots of food. Hope you got lots of water. It's going to get interesting.
And that is very true. You should be prepared regardless, whether or not you live in Canada or anywhere else. If you can, have food, water, guns, ammo, medicine, all that stuff. Make sure you have that because it's going to get bad. They're making these shortages for things and crushing supply supply chains. So that way there's tons and tons of back orders on, necessary items, microchips, you name it. So lumber has gone up insane amounts since this all started. You're probably not going to be able to get meat or groceries real soon, depending how that works. So just be prepared for that, guys. Like I said, this is the video. You can watch the whole thing and how they voted, I guess. But it's supposedly a non-binding resolution. But obviously, if they're doing this, it's more than just symbolic, right? If you remember the Canada leaker that came out from the Liberal Party and said this is the plan of what they're going to do, and they gave a timeline. I made a video about it. I'll put the link in the description if you want to watch it. But basically, they laid out how they were going to, establish new variants, call it COVID-21 or something, set up a universal basic income system. Everyone would have to agree to a debt resolution program where all debt would be forgiven, but you would no longer own anything, which ties into the World Economic Forum plans for 2030. And we know this is all just Agenda 21, Agenda 2030 nonsense, right? New World Order, destroying the world economy, destroying everything else to bring in the new system. That's all it is. And we know that. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And people in Canada, please stay safe. And this is something else I wanted to talk about. I just saw this today, and I'd be lying if I said I was surprised. I'm not really surprised, but it's just so over the top and ridiculous that instead of talk about treating symptoms, right? Instead of actually taking care of the problems, which is Amazon is an inhumane company run by a crazy weirdo who only cares about profits. And obviously, it's, you know, in cahoots with the government. You got the whole web hosting and all that other stuff, which is totally off topic, but it's a government business basically, just like Google, just like Facebook, Amazon. You know, it's probably going to be the one world, you know, vendor. Who knows how it's going to play out, but basically they have portable panic booths for warehouse employees to collect themselves, and this is off Zero Hedge. After years of Amazon employees, or sorry, after years of reports of Amazon warehouse employees being forced to urinate in bottles, forego medical care, and work through injuries, causing hundreds to launch petitions in revolt, the online retail giant has come up with a solution: a special sensory deprivation booth that allows stressed out employees to collect themselves before heading back out to the floor. Kind of reminds me of Futurama, where they have the suicide booths, right? Or euthanasia booths. You can just go in and kill yourself if you put a quarter in. Known simply as the Zen Booth, the new apparatus, according to a video released by a company on Wednesday, is an interactive kiosk where you can navigate through a library of mental health and mindful practices to recharge that internal battery. The Zen Booth is part of Amazon's Working Well program, which allows employees to recharge and re energize with a series of physical and mental activities, wellness exercises, and healthy eating support. The Panic Booth features a small fan, some plants, and a library of meditation videos. Hopefully, it features a toilet too. Did we mention most COVID 19 transmission occurs via aerosolized particles hanging in the air, particularly in poorly ventilated spaces? Obviously, if you believe it's a real virus. As the Daily Dot notes, the announcement received lots of pushback from Twitter users. Why not just improve working conditions, said one user. Or you could just pay your employees well, not treat them like garbage and accept unionization, added another. This is some next level dystopian shit. Maybe just pay people more and let them have bathroom breaks, read yet another tweet. And this is just crazy, guys. I mean, what we're getting to a point where your life is so bad that they have to create specialized booths for you to go in and scream and vent your frustration into, just to go right back into the shit, right? But this is just like it's such epic levels of clown world. I don't even know what to say anymore. Um, Things are just so weird, so beyond stupid. Like stupid's not even the right word. Um, you have to invent a new word to encapsulate the totality of all of this. It's just a complete lack of being able to think whatsoever. So yeah, this is the world we live in, guys. Keep your eyes peeled. Just make sure you don't acquiesce to this stuff, because it's not going to get better. It's just going to get worse. And the more you acquiesce and the more you kind of give in, go along to get along, and give little parts of yourself away that you'll never get back, it only continues. It only stops when we decide it stops, when we decide we've had enough, and when we decide, hey, this is our line in the sand. Back the fuck up, or we're going to have problems. People should have already taken up arms. People should have already been in the streets revolting. They should have been ripping bankers out of their offices. This should have been long time ago. We shouldn't have even made it this far. So you know what to do, guys. So just stop complying, live your lives. We need to stop this, because if we don't, we'll never get a chance to stop it again, right? We're going to have suicide booths on the street soon enough, just like Futurama. So, and you're probably going to want to use them, because that'll be a much better alternative to the living hell you'll be forced, to wake up into every day. Way beyond 1984, way beyond Brave New World. This is a whole other monster. So, take care of yourselves, guys. Be safe.